Shane McMahon is back, and that's awesome and all, but what's next for this rivalry between him and The Undertaker? Welcome back, everyone. This is Jason, aka J-Bone of the Ramblin' About Wrestling podcast, right here to bring you my thoughts on this, what is probably going to be it could very well be the number one match in this year's WrestleMania, depending on how it's booked, but it certainly will at least be the number 2 match. I, like several other people, watching Shane McMahon's comeback this past Monday night, had goosebumps. I even had a lump in my throat. I was so excited. It was like, that uncomfortable, happy, laughing, almost crying reaction, like a little kid, on Christmas. It's like, holy crap. It's like Christmas did come early this year, or late, depending on how you looked at it. No. It wasn't just that he came back. It was, okay, Vince McMahon was like, shitting his pants in the ring, and then all of a sudden was like, oh, well, now I'm going to get one back on you. You have to fight The Undertaker. And Shane McMahon's response looked legit, like, whoa, I mean, he had that face like, oh, shit. All right, I got my work to do. And then, still got a good reaction, left, and then see you at WrestleMania. So my first thought after that was, is this the last we're going to see of him for the next 5 weeks leading up to WrestleMania, And I was like, well, that's wonderful, and we're looking forward to this. But that's going to suck if this is the only thing we're going to see between now and Mania. Well, we come to find out later, was it the next night? The next night, we were doing the Ramblin' About Wrestling podcast, and I saw on ringsidenews.com that Taker, while they were doing the taping for SmackDown, they announced Taker was going to be on the next Monday Night Raw. Not sure if Shane is, but I did hear that somewhere between now and Mania, for at least 2 appearances, you're going to see Undertaker and Shane. So that's great. That is going to help this. Not that people aren't already excited about it, but you still got to build it. People want to see The Undertaker. It's going to help. They've sold like maybe 70,000 tickets-ish for WrestleMania. And they're trying to sell at least 30,000 more. You got to give them a reason to pack that bitch. Seriously. You want to break records, then you gotta make up some good matches. My next question was, okay, they just booked Shane McMahon versus Taker. Is Shane McMahon really gonna wrestle him? Well, according to an interview and a couple other little news things that I've seen here and there over the last 24 hours or so, there was some footage on, was it Shane McMahon's Twitter, him working out with, now I can't think of the guy's name. He's an MMA trainer, like famous MMA trainer. He trained and made guys like George St. Pierre, and doesn't get much bigger than that as far as an MMA legend. And he also talked about in this interview that he's into Muay Thai. So Shane McMahon is in shape. You know, it was hard to tell. He had like, you know, not saying he should have come down to the ring in like a tank top and shorts. I'm not saying that. He looked great in the shoes. Like, you know, Paul said on the podcast, the shoes. Did you see the shoes? Yeah. Oh, no, Max said that, excuse me. I think they were both talking about the shoes. Yeah, I went back and watched the video, guys. The shoes are great. Some good-looking Jordans there. I have to get me a pair. You know, he hasn't lost a step as far as that, you know, ollie skipping around he does, you know. That was great. That was classic, you know. But can he perform in the ring? Well, apparently he's going to be able to. Does that still rule out him getting some kind of help? And there could be any number of things that could happen. I know everybody was like thinking about, oh, it's John Cena versus Taker. And then Shane McMahon came back. Oh, well, then it's not John Cena. Well, Shane McMahon could still get John Cena's help. And there could be, like I said, there could be a lot of other factors going on here. I kind of look at this match as the next year's version of like Triple H versus Sting, where you had guys coming down to help Sting, you had guys coming down to help Triple H. This is a Hell in a Cell. There's no DQ. Anything can happen. Anyone can come down. You know? I'm sure people would love to see John Cena. I wouldn't mind seeing John Cena. Is John Cena, dare I even ask the question, is John Cena going to come down and help Shane? You'd have to assume he would. But what if he didn't? What if he came down to help Taker? That would be, I'm assuming that would be his heel turn. Because if you look at, okay, everybody cheered Shane McMahon. And I asked the guys this, and I want to ask you this. Does that make Taker heel for this match? Everyone loves Taker. But are people going to boo him going into this match for the first time in several years? You know, I can't think of the last time people actually booed him. You know, maybe some people booed him during the Shawn Michaels Taker feud going on for a few years, some years ago. You know, because they didn't want Shawn Michaels to lose. You know, that's a tough one. What side are people going to take? Are people automatically going to? Some people are automatically going to take the Taker side, like, Shane shouldn't come back. Taker's going to kick his ass, you know. But I think there's a lot of people excited about. Not everybody's going to be excited about Shane McMahon. You know, younger people aren't going to get it. You know, they gotta, study this stuff, see what he did, see what kind of matches he had, Kurt Angle. I think he had to have, I didn't watch a lot of Attitude Era stuff, I'll admit. I came in the tail end of that. It was like Hogan era, skip about 5 years, then started watching wrestling again. So, there's a significant chunk of the Attitude Era that I missed. And there's some awesome stuff that I missed. But you know. Um, yeah, Shane's done some crazy stuff. So yeah, I mean, John Cena is obviously an option to come down and help Shane. Um, I think other people are looking at this as an opportunity for maybe, if he's healthy enough. A lot of people are saying, no, Sting's done. He's not. There's no way in hell he's coming down. Well, he is going to be there. He's going into the Hall of Fame. So, why not? Um, maybe this is his last hurrah. Maybe he'll go down there and shock the world because, hey, maybe this was a secret plan from Shane's to begin with. Because he bought WCW, that old thing, which was awesome, by the way. That was a lot of fun. I remember I watched that live. That I remember. Who would also come down and help Taker? Would Kane come down? Kane is always, well, not always, well, lately has been helping out the Authority a lot, but he's also been cheered a lot lately. Look at when he was taken with Big Show and Ryback, he got cheered, because he came back as a monster, and, it was the tail end of the Seth Rollins feud. And since then, we haven't seen much of them. We've seen some things with the Wyatt family, and that's about it. So yeah, I could see Kane coming down and helping Taker. There's been little rumblings about Goldberg. Could Goldberg come down and help out Shane O'Mac as part of the old WCW thing? Maybe. So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. I could see man, there's so many different options. Hell, Triple H could probably come down and help. Who would he help? Who would he help? You'd assume he'd help Vince. Meaning he'd help Taker. I don't know. It's, there's, like I said, there's so many things that could happen, So there's just some thoughts off the top of my head. How would you book it, Would you have Shane go all the way through and do some crazy shit in the cell and just beat Taker? He's gotta beat Taker. Taker's gotta. I look at it like this. The Authority thing has run its course. Seriously. Shane said in an interview, we're only looking right now at leading up to WrestleMania. We're not looking past that. And that's understandable. Let's get to WrestleMania. Let's not book too far in advance for people's health issues, all that stuff, So, I really think the WWE needs some fresh stuff on TV like Shane McMahon. Bring him back for one show a week, or special events, pay-per-views too. Bring him back for a year. See how it goes. Because, man, like I said, he didn't lose a step out there. He really didn't. He was mint. He I mean, he looked emotional because of the welcome. I mean, that welcome, jeez Louise, that was bigger than a Daniel Bryan pop, for crying out loud, at WrestleMania from a couple years ago. But man, when he was in the ring talking to his dad, he looked great. So, how would you book this? Would you see him go all the way through by himself and beat Taker, or would you see him lose to Taker, or who would you have help him? Put in the comments below. I want to hear your opinions and thoughts. All right. That's it for this one.